Well, we're back. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Dice Soup, brought to you by Once Upon a D20 on patreon.com/Once Upon a D20. We as you can see, perhaps, hopefully, one of our little squares over here is a little different than it was before, and that is because I was bringing somebody in to guest spot because we're the Feywild and it's fun, but also give your sympathies and your love to our dear The.Bearded.GM. He is suffering an affliction of great pain and is not able to sit up and or concentrate on anything right now. So please go over to his TikTok, give him some love. He needs it. He deserves it. But as you hopefully can see, we're back into the thick of it.
Into the thick of it?
Yes.
Into the thick of it?
To the thick of it. And yes, so the guest is on his way. Already rolled into the initiative. So, Akira, you have things flying around you, trying to shock and or it feels like. Yeah, I think one of them passed through you the last turn, just whipped through you. It felt like your soul was cold when it passed through you. You.
Hold on, let me take a look at this map really fast.
Quick reminder, I believe Luca has given you inspiration.
Yes, that is the wrench that I put on. The wrench that I put onto your token is that of inspiration.
Oh, I found us. Okay, cool. I was having trouble finding us because I was not zeroing in on the right spot. I found us. I just
wanted to remind Sean. Friends don't let friends forget bonuses.
I think we established that.
So, okay, I got a blue dot next to me, which is a foe. So, I am going to flurry of, I'll start with an unarmed strike and then probably go right into flurry of blows. I can't remember if I activated my armor last time, so I don't know.
You did. That is the purpose of the big strong arms on your.
Okay, got it. Cool.
You have big strong force dragon arms right now.
Oh yeah. Well, then we are just gonna go into an unarmed strike, into a flurry of blows, most likely.
In fact, yeah. The purpose of the blue dot, just as a reminder to everyone of their bonuses. Blackbird had focused in on that one, and a little bit of like look like raven wing feathers just kind of wrapping around its little electric light. He's got a beat on it,
and I crit. I rolled on. I'm sorry. I need to do the integration, but I rolled on D&D Beyond. I got a 20. I got a crit plus 5, 25. So I'm going to be doing 2d4 plus 3 for the first one.
Oh, you're doing 1d4 plus 7 because
1d4 plus 7.
Maximize crit damage.
All right. So then it's actually first is 1d4, then plus 7 is going to be 11. So I do a max damage there.
Sweet.
For the first one, and I'm just gonna spend a key point to go into flurry. Well, I get an unarmed strike afterwards, so I'll do that. That is a 17 to hit.
All right. So your first one, as the raven feathers wrap around it, you just smash right into it for that was 11 force damage.
Yep.
You just smash right into it, and you watch as basically you kind of open your hand and like grab it with your force dragon claws and just rip a chunk out of it, and it's a little juicy. It has some ectoplasm to it, and you rip half of it off of itself and just shear it off, and you go in for the next hit, and it half the being it used to be, and so it's a little harder to hit.
That's fine. I'll spend a key point to go into flurry of blows.
All right,
Because why
roll
not?
Swing then.
Let's say 19.
19 hits.
I'm sorry, you said it does not?
Just hits.
Oh, just hits. All right. So then 1d4 plus 3
I am
for
not.
6
I'm
for
not
6 points of
seeing
damage.
your dice on the.
Oh crap! Because I keep rolling on d20. Sorry, I keep rolling on d20. On D&D Beyond. Sorry, I'm so used to it.
Well, I mean, on the D&D Beyond, I'm not seeing it on D&D. So it's fine. I'm.
Oh yeah, it's 6 points of force damage. But I'll roll on roll 20 from now on.
You've
Because for whatever reason, my integration did not happen. I don't know. I did all the steps. I thought.
you did, and it was working before. So
I also
that's
thought
why-
I did before, but then it like played me, so maybe it's again.
So yeah, that's 6 force damage for that last one.
Nice. So yeah, just coming out of the missing and having a few things passing through you, suddenly just in this very quick succession, rip off that part, swing, it misses, and you just come back around and just elbow it right in its little now half jaw of its ectoplasmic form, and it's kind of reforming itself and adjusting, but it's winking out a little more than it's winking in right now.
Yeah, Kira will then send a message directly to Eredrin. The smaller they get, the harder they are to hit.
All right.
Good note.
All right.
So that Akira will just assume a defensive stance and just kind of keep that kind of monk readiness about him.
Right, as you all are ensconced in a bit of a pickle, you start to hear hoofbeats and running, the sound of brush being run through into the forest, as they come around some of the trees. It's that's 20 feet of your movement. What do they see?
They see a male centaur with broad, upper body, shoulders, and very. He's not wearing any visible actual armor. He's got a few straps for weapon holsters. There's some javelins on his back, and he's wielding a lance kind of under one arm, his right arm. He has a long black mane, his actual hair, and then his horse body is also it's an ebony kind of color. And then let me get to the right page here. He's about total from bottom of his hooves to the top of his man head. He's about 6'8". Looks really stacked, upwards of 300 pounds probably, pure muscle. And he's kind of tribal-ish garb, but it's got that sort of fey colorfulness to it. And he's just kind of looks to be in a sort of battle rage, not necessarily angry, but focused and intense on what he's moving towards. And as he rides up, and is riding up, he calls out, shoot, I had something. He calls
Got
out,
this.
do not worry, the Nidalak is here. Back. Oh shoot. back, you vile orbs of light! Be gone from these poor travelers! And then as he moves further forward, oops, wrong tool. He'll kind of move to about there, which puts him, this is gonna be, so he did bonus.
I was gonna say you're going into Rajay, is it?
Yes, yeah, I am.
All right.
So I need to roll.
Your wild magic.
Yeah. Where's the thing? There it is. 3.
Oh, nice. All right, so regardless of what it says there, with its descriptions, how does your little wild surge there present? What does it look like?
It does look it does look like a little pixie, but also kind of dressed in like similar garb, with a more like feral tribal aspect to it, with fey colors and whatnot. Wings are even a little tattered.
All right.
But yeah, and sorry, still familiarizing myself with this.
You are
okay.
good.
So within 30 feet of me, okay. Okay, so that's there. It's as close as I can get it. And what does it do? It can do its own things, right?
No, you basically can shoot somebody and hit them with some force damage.
Okay. Oh, okay, but it explodes at the end of the current turn. And each creature within 5 feet of it. Okay. All right. Okay, so it's not gonna do anything this time, but like it's like a flash and awe sort of thing.
Yeah, it pops out, and as there's nothing threatening close enough, that spirit just presents above you and then just shoots up into the air and.
And then I will, for my action, I will pull one of the javelins from my back and attempt to throw it at the nearest wisp, which I guess would be that one, right there.
Would be. It has the teensiest bit of cover via the green man next to him, but you can negate your disadvantage for distance with a little bit of extra barbarian recklessness. So
Yeah.
if you would like to, you can.
I don't think
you
much
can
about what I
reckless
do
throw.
in the first place, so that's perfect.
Nice reckless throw.
So yeah, he's
Level
throwing
it out.
recklessly. Even throw. Where's it at? Gotta actually click the button. Go. And my stuff should port over. So here's hoping.
That's a crit.
Oh!
Oh boy! All right.
Good start.
That's a way to be cavalry, baby.
Hi,
talking
welcome.
about.
Glad you're here.
Right? Literally the cavalry. So okay, is it gonna auto calculate the way you do it, or do I have to?
Just go ahead and roll it, and we'll see if it does it right.
Okay.
If it doesn't, I'll correct. Add 5 to
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
for 15 damage, even though your javelin is non-magical,
Mm-hmm.
and it has a this is a semi-corporeal spirit. You charge in, using that sudden distraction. You just draw up with your open arm and throw, pop, like Bridgrin, you have that sudden like what the fuck else can go wrong right now?
Yes.
Moment, and you turn to look really defensively, and you see this javelin just fucking fly over your shoulder, where your shoulder was. It was gonna go over your shoulder anyways, but you step back and turn, and javelin just slams into the spirit and just dismisses it as it hits the ground under the other one. It is gone.
So long as my hat's okay, we're good.
Yes, your hat is okay. You know, for the first time in a little while, something flying around your head does not try to stab your hat.
True that.
And I believe that's everything I can do. So that is turn.
That's the turn. Oh, transitioning very easily over to Ergen. What do you do?
Alright, so first off, I'm going to bonus action Second Wind because I'm on 6 hit points, and I don't think that's enough. So,
That is fair.
I guess I'll have to type it out.
10 plus 3.
Oh, hallelujah.
That is good.
Hell yeah. Let me just go ahead and add those skill points.
Realizing that in this timeline you were doing pretty rough, drawing on some of the energy of the others.
Yeah. Then
just
I'm
like insta reversing some of the lightning scoring.
Oh yeah. I'm tired of this shit. Then I'm just going to move just right here. And I'm taking my great sword and I am trying to FOB up. Because I don't know if we're past that first minute and I can curse yet, so.
Right now you do get a +1 as there are 3 of you surrounding it, essentially.
Okay, so that would be a 19 all in all.
19 all in all. 19 hits.
Hell yeah. Finally I get to hit one of these.
Yeah.
Alright.
With a little help from your friends.
Damage, baby. Let's do it. Okay.
Actually, sorry, I'm mistaken. There's 3 of you around it. It's a +2, so it's a 20. Still definitely hits.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
That should have been the first damage. I don't know what came up. Yeah. That's what. Yeah. There we go.
Oh yeah, no, it re-rolled your the 1 on the damage for you.
Oh. It does it automatically? Holy shit.
Yes, it does. It recognizes your feats.
I love
Like
this.
I keep saying, I love Beyond 20.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I do 11 damage to that thing.
All right, so just taking a little heart from the Nidalak coming in, you just slash through that one, carving off a chunk of it. You now making contact. You feel the like spongiform kind of texture as you hit it. It's a little squishy, a little damage absorby, but yeah, you've got this. All right.
I would tip my hat after this. That's all.
Bringing it back around and not adhering to my promise to try to help Alex survive. This creature is definitely going to come in and try to hurt that man's. Of course, it would help a lot if my stuff would load. No, in the way that it's supposed to load. I know I'm asking a lot of you today, computer, focusing on 3 or 4 different things. For the love of God, please work. I know that's a mood. There we go.
Dude, that was my phone last night when I was trying to like build Nidalak. It would not load anything. I was so mad.
Sometimes you just have to sacrifice RAM to the technology gods.
All right. Let's meditate on the meaning of hurry the fuck up. There it goes. Okay, so there it goes. All right. So, all right, throwing dice. All right, and man, it does hit Alec, but as it swoops around him and then passes through him again. Basically, like Harry and strafing, except he doesn't have to go around Alec to hurt him, and just passes right through him, and you see that little arc of electricity as he takes 5 damage.
Ouch.
Blackbird, you are still concentrating on Hex, as a reminder.
Yes. Okay. Hang on. So, and first of all, Blackbird's extremely appreciative of the Nidalak being here. Just shout out to that.
He didn't introduce himself as the Nidalak, which of course, gives you a little bit of pseudonym vibes, which
I love that.
apropos for Blackbird.
Indeed. Has not gone unnoticed. Okay. So am I able to cast anything while I am focusing on Hex? I'm just a baby, let us not forget.
That is okay. Yes, you can cast spells as long as they're not another concentration spell. You can still maintain your concentration on Hex. And if they are a damaging spell, such as one that you use to pew pew at things, you usually want to focus that Hex first with your bonus action. Just line it up.
Fair enough. All right. In that case, so I'll use my bonus action to do that, and I will try to Eldritch Blast the one closest to me and everybody else.
All right. Focusing on that bad. Are you hexing dexterity again? Strength?
Yeah, 100%.
All right.
Dexterity. The thing can calm down.
So they say, all right, go ahead and rock it as you.
All right. Am I hitting?
Glaive.
Say that again.
I was gonna say whipping your glaive around to just.
Oh, absolutely. Am I doing damage or hit first?
To hit first.
Excellent. Okay. That's a 15.
That's a 15. That's a little mild for these spicy boys.
Afraid so.
But as Luca is where you are, Luca's not giving cover, so you are able to just around Luca just throw this bolt of black birdie energy towards it, and it kind of just ducks low as Eredrin slices through it, and it loses a little bit of its cohesion.
Hell yeah.
Want to move anywhere?
No, I'm good.
All right, stand where you are, Luca.
All right. I think I'm seeing that they're incredibly hard to hit. So I think I might want to do something instead of trying to make an attack. I think I would like to try to cast Vicious Mockery.
Wait, did you pop? That's, yeah, you're still focusing on Bane, aren't you?
Yes, I do have Bane going.
Okay, I didn't have the concentration token on you, so I didn't remember. And then I was like, hey, wait, why is that token a little bit purple? Oh, right.
Oh yeah, because they were under the effects of Bane.
Okay.
But the one that attacked Alec was not, though, so no worries there. Right, I'm thinking maybe Vicious Mockery might be my best go here, because they're super dexterous, but how's their charisma? So I think Luca's just kind of gonna look this orb of light up and down and just, I've seen bigger, and just cast Vicious Mockery.
I'll live for it.
Well, appropriately, it rolled an 8. Go ahead and roll that.
Sometimes, man, sometimes you just get really lucky.
We're gonna give it the little half heart for its wounded little soul.
It's just 1 damage. But
Hey, you know what? That 1 damage puts it at disadvantage and is still baned.
that's true.
Speaking of, I'm sorry. No, that's a 6. Just for the record.
Because Bane's killing it.
Bane,
Yeah.
Bane's doing work. Right.
I think I will also draw my longsword though, just in case. And I'm gonna sit still there. I'm not gonna try to do anything else. I don't really think I can throw a good inspiration at anybody right this moment.
Giving it the good. I've seen bigger, and just sword out. It kind of.
You said they get smaller as they take damage, so.
Yeah, it stutters a little bit, and it's almost like a tear rolls off of it. Just a chunk of its being just drops and to the ground. And
love it.
Yeah, this one. Honestly, of the three beings around it, you're technically not the hardest to, or not the easiest to hit, but you did just insult it, so it is going to try. Let's go ahead and give you some disadvantage there. Good to retaliate there, buddy. All right. Well, it took it down from a natural 20. That's very, very good.
Well, it has disadvantage and Bane.
Yeah. So took it down from a natural 20. I'm going to go ahead and have you roll the Bane on this one. I rolled a 16.
Oh man. And Bane's a D4, right?
Bane's a D4. Nice. So as it turns to retaliate, like there you see like the jaw, and it it unhinges just angrily, like it's about to just chomp on you, just retaliate, and then those tethers of purple just like grab it. Blackbird's hex grabbing another part of it, and it just it's like if a ball of flubber had a mouth and then was suddenly like trying to reach towards you but getting pulled back. It's just
Luca in response leans in and just kind of clicks his teeth, just like
all right. Alec coming around, just not happy at all about what's going on with this this being passing through him. These are what some might call bad touches, and we don't like them. So there we go. 19 to hit.
Let's not tell Bearded about this.
Oh, you're fine. It's fine.
He was so mad at his dice. Let's not tell him about this.
Well, you know, I'm rolling it off of his sheet, so technically the dice comes around and just two-handed, just bah, and it comes around. I believe he still has there's the Show me your key points. Yes, he has 1 key point left. So he's gonna try and put this thing down. Whipping around with his feet. It is catching it with the first one, and more flurry, more blows. Misses with the second one, so just smash, kick, and then goes to connect with the other one, and it phases through and down before it can they can hit him with the last strike. All right, Akira, that does bring it around to you. Nidalak, you are on deck. I was going to back up just a little bit, not far enough to incur anything, but...
Sorry about that. Akira is... forever dropping their headphones, for one. Can you hear me?
Mood, yeah, you're doing great.
My headphones are tripping. Well, I have a 5-foot reach. I guess I can just continue to hit that one right there.
Yeah, you can keep going on that one if you'd like.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Get over to dice 2 here and roll this to the right. Got a plus. What do I have? Plus 5. That's a horrible crit fail.
All right,
And another miss.
coming around to just try and drive into it. You do have that +2, and you feel the your advantage as a couple of your compatriots hit it, but then you go for it, and again the arms, they're new, they're gangly, they're awkward, and you swing down to try and like drive it into the ground and just into the dirt there. And then come up just to try and just Superman up into it, and it goes right between your arms.
Oh. Tried. I tried again. That's all I can do.
All right. Moving anywhere, doing anything else with yourself?
No, I'm gonna stay right there. I'm flanked. I got people by me, so I'm gonna stay right there. But yeah.
All right, keeping it real. The Nidalak, Eredrin, you're on deck.
All right. Okay, so I'm still too far away to make a melee attack, so I'm probably gonna... Ooh, but I can do the thing with my bonus action, which I will do after I move, though, still.
If you are really trying for melee, one of them is just barely
Oh,
close
wait,
enough.
that's right. I also have reach.
Yes, you
That's
do.
right.
It's called a lance.
Yeah, it is. So I will stride up to there, but as I do so, I will cause the pixie to again appear here and pop at the end of my turn.
Nice.
And then, so yeah, I ride up towards this orb, and I just lance forth with my lance. Step. Recklessly still, even.
Which now this one's in range, so you have actual advantage.
Yes.
Looking back. All right, so you go charging in, and and as you're going towards it, these things, you've seen like one of these moving around before, and and so yeah, with a swarm of them there, it's scarier, and you have that moment of like, aha, it's focused on Alec, and then it looks towards you and the way you manifest the pixie again, and it appears kind of above your head, flies over there in this this kind of practiced flanking kind of maneuver, flying between these other mortals, and then getting on the other side and far away from them and going.
Perfect.
What is the save to beat?
It is, I believe, I think it's a 14. It's a 14. Yeah.
I'd like to present to the court that their bonus to dexterity is nearly double digit, and I rolled a total of 13.
Oh man.
Well, I mean, it's got a lot of penalties though.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
it does
right,
have
yeah.
a lot of penalties. That's a 10. It's worse. No question. It hits. Roll your damage.
Yay! That is a D6 of La Force.
Yes.
So as
Yes.
oh, it's 6. So as he rides further up and strikes with his lance, he says, and the pixie appears. He just points. He goes, "Go!"
I believe we in the biz call that maneuver a warning joust.
Yeah.
Warning shank, if you will.
Yeah.
Eredrin, you are up, and Blackbird, you are on deck.
Okay. So, I don't know. This can go, I don't care either way. Would you permit a grapple check using my mage hand on one of those? Because technically it's an attack, but it's up to you. And it's fine if not.
The mage hands do have an amount of limitation, and while that might work for something that was a little more corporeal, possibly, these do look like they don't have very much weight to them. These things would probably pass right through it. So,
Okay,
good idea, but you're smart enough to know that it would be a rough idea right now.
Very clever.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to bonus action summon my echo immediately behind the baned creature. And I'm going to hit it with my greatsword again, but I'm going to use the broadside of the greatsword to try to flatten it, to make it a little bit bigger and easier to hit.
All right, going for it.
But yeah, let me roll to hit. Oh, please load. Huzzah, okay. Roll.
Roll your boat.
In which case. Okay. I accidentally rolled it twice. Disregard the second one.
I'm
how much
not
flank-
seeing it. There it goes. Oh, with the others around you, you have a +2. Your Eredrin 2 doesn't count as far as a flanking bonus, but Luca and Akira certainly do.
Okay. So 19 all in all then.
19 altogether does hit.
Okay, let's roll that damage.
Do it.
Okay. Fine with that. Okay.
All right, coming down, cutting through it again, taking off a huge chunk of what's left of it. You manifested your echo behind it. Do you want to unleash it?
I cannot. I have expended all of my unleashings of my echo.
Okay.
Unleash the beast.
Unleash. All right. So it appears on the other side, and then as it turns to evaluate kind of everything, you just shank right through the middle of the back of it, and like the little mouth part kind of phases through itself, and it kind of bites down on your blade as you pull it out, leaving a little slime trail on it.
Nasty. I'm going to say that in Gith out loud. That is disgusting.
That is disgusting. You are not wrong.
Akira is gonna giggle out loud.
And
I absolutely love that. Thank you.
and
And that's all. Yeah.
then this one, as you shank out towards that one, this one moves down and gets to the other side of Akira. Give it a little bit of thinking. Oh no. That's a natural 20. A hit. You,
Jesus fuck.
Akira.
Not a lot I could do about that, but take the hit.
Okay.
Wait a second. Wait, is there anything I can do? Do I have a response?
Is there anything you can do?
Do I have a response? Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, I have a response, but I'm still gonna take the damage.
Oh shit. All right. So go ahead and take your response as you're taking a direct hit.
Pretty much, I take damage from a creature within 10 feet. I can use my reaction to force the creature to make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
All right. I would like to point out that it is in fact possible to roll negative numbers in 5e. It rolls a -3.
All right, you're gonna take 2d8 force damage and be pushed 10 feet away from me, using my telekinetic reprisal as my gift of the Gem Dragon.
All right.
So let's get my 2d8s going. Blink. Boop. Boop. So you'll take 5 force and you're pushed 10 feet away from me.
All right. So as this thing slams into your chest and looks like it's starting to like burrow into it, you basically, your eyes kind of surge back into the back of your head. The draconic armor on you, as you begin, your body weakens and starts to fall. 29 damage, by the way.
Oh, I'm down.
With the crit.
I am down.
Your draconic armor just detonates, just explodes out off of you as you fall. And Nidalak, you lance towards it. We're following it, about to go in and lance it again. Well, it looks to you this odd sort of smooth-skinned but also somewhat draconic-born creature just detonates as its kind of, energy arms just explode, and you're following it with your lance, and this little ball flies at your lance and just ectoplasms your whole lance.
Okay.
But
I hate it.
thanks, I hate it. Yes, indeed. Sorry, it popped into my head, and well, some things you just can't unhear in your own mind.
Who are you gonna call?
Gross Busters. Nailed it. So, Blackbird, you're up. Luca, you're on deck. As y'all see Akira fall, the little specter there, it looked like it was dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodging all of you. Its attention fully goes to Akira.
Good or bad?
man.
Just get some death saving throws. Goodbye.
But it doesn't have like it doesn't have a legendary action or anything right now. I'm just letting Blackbird and Luca know you have the initiatives ahead of this thing. Its continued existence could be super bad. Blackbird,
Well,
I can't hear you if
luckily
you're
it
talking.
is as afflicted as possible right now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can't hear you now. Rock and roll.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Am I close enough to whack this bad boy with my glaive? I don't know the distance.
With
Like
your
in
glaive,
my-
yes.
Excellent. Okay.
That is precisely 10 feet from you.
Perfect. Okay, I am gonna give that a shot.
All right.
Okay.
Swing, swing, swing. Nailed it. You can't escape it, guys. I'm doing it too.
Yes.
Ooh, a 20.
Hella.
Yay!
Let's go.
Do the damn edge. Not
Roll your
only-
DiMaggios.
Well, the D10 part of that. That beautiful
Oh,
glaive
wait,
damage.
did I hit the wrong one? That was the D8.
Okay, that's fine. So well, with that 4, then go ahead and also roll the D6 because that is your hexed target.
Ooh, okay, what's that? Up, up, up. Up. Up, 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 up. I got a 4.
Nice.
All right. So, Blackbird, how do you want to dispatch of this thing?
No.
No, it was so good. Wait, no. Okay, it was Akira that popped. All right, Blackbird. You wanted to take this guy down.
Sorry, stupid microphone's being a little butthead. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so I am just gonna like come right between Eridrin and Luca and just go like straight for it and just try and eliminate this bad boy.
All right. So as it gets surrounded, its attention turns towards Akira. You take all of your advantages you have and just reach out with the glaive and just stab under and then up through it. And as you do, the rest of you, these things have been dispersing for the most part. As the glaive comes up on under it and cuts it in half, it looks a little bit like these little raven wings just almost like a Venus flytrap, just wrap around it and pull the energy
I'm here
into
for
the blade.
that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Love it. Okay, I'm slightly far away from my computer right now. I just got up to run into the kitchen. Let me know if I sound like a static monster.
That's all right. Anything else that you need to do?
No, we
You're-
good.
Be good, Luca. It's your turn.
Bonus action healing word.
Nice.
Good call.
Like no one thought I was gonna do anything else.
Big spoilers. Literally, what
Actually-
you're here.
Actually, I'm gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm actually going to physically move. I'm gonna move to here, and I'm going to use my Saturn to cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, nice.
I think I've got a charge for that.
Yeah, today I believe you do.
Zing. That'll heal 8.
Nice.
All right.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, Akira, you fall and feel that loose energy just pulse out of you as you fall, and then you hear the very pleasant plucking of the satyr, if you will, and suddenly your eyes flutter open.
Yeah.
Hi there,
Akira,
welcome back.
Akira looks up at Luca, and with a very quizzical look, and then says in Luca's mind, "Thank you."
Of course, got you. And then with whatever movement I have left, I will assist Akira in standing back up.
Nice.
If they'll
While
let
this
me.
happens,
If they'll
Yeah.
let me.
Both Eredrins are clamoring over to like make sure Akira is alive and okay, and like just pouring telepathically just as much as they can, like
Yeah.
communicating with Akira.
You can almost see Akira point, like put their hand up to their head, like, "Yes, I hear you. I'm okay. I'm okay." Of course, saying it back telepathically. Yeah, Akira stands up with the aid of Luca and Eredrin and just kind of looks around for more wisp, hand on their sword.
And yeah, Nidalak, as you walk up, these mortals are they're a motley crew, it seems. At the very least, one of them looks like they are two people. The second of them being a shadowy wisp of the other. The one being pulled up, smooth-skinned but draconic tail looks vibrantly green. Picking up the sword, you recognize silver work down this blade. It's very well crafted. This gentleman over here doesn't look quite like his token. More. I double check the notes. There we go. So he. This more human-ish form, a little bit portly, but he moves very gracefully with a stick. And then the slightly more traditional draconic-born copper-colored dragon. With a very fine lute, one that you would think is Fey made. No head on the lute, but the strings, instead of drawing from the bottom up to tuning pegs, the tuning pegs are below the sound hole and tuned down there. And then on the other side, another glaive wielder, in a full eye covering, face obscuring bird mask.
Okay. So definitely looks puzzled by the double image, but as he approaches, he just kind of eyes the two images for a moment, and then says, "I have a book with quotes. I have met many folks on my travels through the wilds. Greetings, wanderers. Let us exchange knowledge, and let me offer protection and perhaps guide. You seem like you don't entirely belong."
Akira will reach out to Eredrin. "What's the deal with this one?"
I guess we'll have to find out.
Don't we have a date with the fish?
Hi.
Just saying.
Hello. I am the Nidalak.
Kira will say directly into your mind, I am the Akira.
The Akira. Oh no.
I love that. That's so good.
That's
Telepathically,
awesome.
telepathically, I'm just gonna say twice, like just twice, to make sure it seems like it's coming from both images. I'm Eredrin. No, I'm Eredrin. Wait,
Oh no.
He looks very puzzled and starts like looking around. And he's like, "Are there others of your group?"
technically, again in his mind, technically, but
Who said that?
I point to Eredrin.
Impossible.
I'm
Their
dead.
mouth did not move.
I'm going to start speaking directly into the Nidalak's brain, but also mouthing the words. Not all of us need to vocalize to communicate. So you see Akira mouth it and
Right.
only say it into your mind.
Right. I don't think I understand, but it's very interesting talent.
Bird says, "You
Right.
get used to it. I'm the blackbird."
Greetings.
do you
Oh.
have any knowledge of this pawn, perchance, or like?
Of course, this is Baron Seamar's lake.
What can you tell us about?
Well, one second. Oh, well, I've never met them personally, but I do know that they like to collect things. Mostly
And-
shiny things.
They may have collected our friend. Also in your mind.
Still kind of like jumps at the mind thing every time.
I promise you don't actually get used to it. Just saying.
I don't know that I will. It's very odd.
In its
Yep.
mind, I'm gonna say again twice. What's so odd about it? Well, what is so odd?
It's new and confusing.
Don't worry, I'm not reading your thoughts right now.
Akira just smirks.
We're going to scare him.
He just sort of he does look like he's like thinking something. And then he
24.
kinda, like nods. And he's he's like, I can't even count that high.
Oh dear.
Shoot, sorry, I'm just on the spot.
It's all good.
Sorry for throwing you.
All right, so Baron Seymour, yes. Is this the kind of thing that we ought not make a deal with? Because you see, you may have collected a good friend of ours, and we're very intent upon getting him back.
Well, can you talk to sharks?
We can figure it
If
out.
given enough time, yes.
Well, 'cause legends say he's a shark, but again, I'm not
Fantastic.
sure. So, I do not know. I think it's wise to be cautious in any dealings here. But especially given the potential of him being a shark. I mean, I've never been in the ocean to talk with a shark, but I haven't heard pleasant things from other folks about sharks. They seem quite aggressive.
Well, I mean, he's a being that talks, so he might resemble a shark, but in reality, he's a fairy. Yes.
Possible, I suppose. If he's taken your friend, though, if you require aid,
You breathe underwater.
I do not, but I do my best to protect those who cannot protect themselves, and if your friend has been taken, I would say he falls in that column.
I'm looking out.
Wait, that long word fits. Hold on, I gotta think of one that doesn't.
Luca kind of turns in the direction of the water, sweeping his gaze out, looking for our little friend that had brought us the he had brought us the things that let us breathe underwater.
Bubbles.
The bubbles, yes, the bubbles.
Words are hard.
Words are hard.
My notes from last session weren't super detailed like normal, so I'm like,
that's entirely fine. There's a little bit of heart attackiness.
yeah.
But yeah, as y'all converse and you look out over the water, you see the little domed Piscine face, or at least the upper third of it. Eyes, big fishy eyes poking out of the water, looking and kind of seeing that things have died down. It's slowly moving through the water back towards the shore.
Can I resume my ritual by any chance, or do I have to start it over?
Unfortunately, you would have to start it over.
What were you doing? I don't even remember.
Akira, could you do me a favor?
Yes.
Could you tell our friend in the water there that I need 10 minutes to prepare the ritual to understand him?
You sure can.
I can't speak his language without the magic.
Akira reaches out, scanning for that for our fish friend.
So, Idalak.
Yes.
I'll go ahead and say the whisper out loud to you.
Okay.
When you hear Luca talking about doing a ritual, it suddenly makes a little bit of sense why. And I mean, wisps aren't entirely. They're certainly not the strongest thing wandering the Feywild.
No.
But they're stronger than a lot of things wandering the Feywild.
Yeah.
And
usually steer clear of them.
Yeah. When he talks about doing a magical ritual, it suddenly hits you. That's the kind of magic. Sustained magical energy definitely is a draw to things in the Fae.
Right.
To not just to them, but to things in the Fae. And
Okay. I guess I'll just sort of say, I don't know if you want to do that.
I won't be able to understand them if I don't.
Well, then we should maybe be ready for another fight. That sort of potential magic energy sort of This is in character.
Not with it.
It's sort of. He looks like he's concentrating really hard. Appropriates other entities.
That was totally not the right word. I love it. Luca still definitely understanding what was meant.
Appropriate.
Oh my god.
Appropriate them. Get them appropriated.
I love it.
As a little side note, while interaction is going on, I'm going to lean over to Akira. So when you, and telepathically in Akira's head, so when you communicate with, say, our friend back there, you can understand what he says back, right? Or what they say back.
Yes.
Oh,
Do you feel up to being one of the translators of the group when they go down there?
I do not mind.
I'm sorry to ask that.
It is
Also-
it is fine. We are traveling, and this is exciting.
Is
as an aside, no. Now that
Oh no, I only they understand me, right? No, I understand them too.
wait, hold on. I'm trying to. Oh wait, this is your this is your special gem stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm having to remember.
Oh yeah. With the I
Yeah,
can
you don't-
understand them.
You send telepathic messages. You don't need to share language. So yeah, you're the one that can send messages that can be understood, but they can't respond.
Right.
Your mom.
Luca had to cast comprehend languages in order to be able to.
That's
I mean,
right.
I can cast it as not a ritual, but the problem is I have one spell slot left. Or no, I have 2 spell slots left for the whole day. So
No,
if I
get
cast it, yeah, and it only lasts for so long.
No, I get it.
we got to be efficient and then get the fuck out of here, is what I'm hearing.
Tie a rope around Luca and just drag him through the water, and he'll just do the concentration ritual while he's being pulled through the water.
Turns out one of the components is a match and fire. Shit.
What is the language barrier here?
You wouldn't happen to speak Sylvan, would you?
Of course.
Easy enough.
I am going to, I guess I at this point, I'd like to make an insight check to just kind of like size this guy up and determine if he's trustworthy. Because if we're going to trust somebody to translate, we need to be able to trust them, right?
Absolutely.
Probably. Yeah, go ahead and rock an insight check.
I like insight. All right, this is a normal roll. Woohoo!
In your estimation, your ring, as you've been conversing with the Nidalak, has not had any pings already, and
Okay.
as you've been kind of going along and sizing him up, and seeing the way he presents, the way he speaks, he's certainly not the sharpest ox in the tool, but he's also, there's a genuineness, like when you talked about Brandor being in trouble, there was that immediate like jump towards, well, I guess I have to help.
He did say that he's here to to help weary lost travelers in any way he can. He's been pretty.
So did the fairy.
That's true.
Fair point.
Literally true.
Fair point.
But on the other hand, I didn't sense. Well, the fairy did help us actually. But the fairy also took what it wanted from us, so I guess it's a slightly different situation.
Yeah.
He seems trustworthy, so then I guess Luca would turn back to Akira and just
not even
I
just
guess-
trustworthy, but an actual purity of intent.
okay.
Also,
I think if you feel like we can trust him, I think he seems genuine, and I guess if you feel, Akira, that we can trust him, he could translate, but we'll need to have a friend in the water give him another bubble.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have a bubble.
Yes, we should get him a bubble, and I am comfortable with him traveling with us, and no issues. I find them interesting. They're like a horse, man horse.
I think they're called a centaur.
Oh, I've read about those.
and just make sure, is this telepathic communication or?
Yes. Yeah. All telepathy.
All of Luca's responses are out loud.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
But Luca is turning his attention towards Akira and responding though.
Right. So he still looks a little confused for a little while, and then he's just kind of.
So,
right. That's what's going on.
so the middle act.
Akira is going. Akira is gonna smirk, like a little sly smirk, seeing that the Nidalak has realized what is happening.
All right, then let's see if we can get them out of bubble.
Akira's just gonna stand at the edge of the water until they can get a response from saying hello telepathically.
Oh yeah, the creature is right there and just
okay.
like kind of waiting, and then as soon as you say hello, they perk up again, and just there's that kind of eagerness of like, oh, you didn't die, good job.
We would like to acquire another bubble.
There's this like its eyes kind of get wide and then like kind of like cross like it's thinking hard about something, and it's gotten wise to the idea that you all have the language barrier, and it holds up a finger, and Nidalak, you understand, as it says, I can only do it one time a day. I don't know. It's kind of limited, and I kind of already gave you all my only ones.
He says he already gave us all of the bubbles he can. He can't do it again.
Does
And
he have
looks
a
up,
friend?
sees you speaking like and seeming to comprehend, and he nods and kind of gives two thumbs up. This thing is kind of a mere creature of some sort, very very smooth, like almost like pulled back, almost facelift, like really bad facelift kind of skin, fishy eyes, webbed fingers.
Akira, can you ask him if he has a friend who has a bubble that we can call?
Do you have any friends or close associates who may have a bubble?
If I bring anybody else in on this, they're gonna want something from you too.
He says if he brings anybody else in on this, they're going to want something as well.
Like what exactly?
I don't know. I don't know what other people want all the time. They're pe- pe- people do think, and then there's this moment. There's this moment where he stops and looks. Like there's a thought, and puts his hand towards the water, and the rest of you had seen this creature do, basically animate some water to describe some things, and it looks like he's starting to do that, and then it curves in. It's almost like a bowl or a beach ball being pushed into water, but you don't see the thing being pushed in, and it starts to curve around, and it starts to pull in and around and split open to a let me make sure I'm describing the spell well. Like a trench of water that is that basically starts to extend water into, or extend the beachfront down into the water about 100 feet, and it opens up about 15-20 feet wide, about 100 feet long into the water, and says, "Can keep this up for a time, but there will be a place where water gets deep quickly. It will be difficult to walk. You'll have to float down."
He says it gets really deep and difficult to move the further you go. We'll have to sink.
But yeah, after like the tunnel as it goes down, it's basically like a 20-foot bore tunnel. As after it goes past like maybe 50 or 60 feet out into the water, it goes below the water line, and it's still a tunnel.
Oh. I get it now. Okay.
Excuse me.
Nidalak, if you're okay using that tunnel to get down there to be our translator, we would sure appreciate your help.
Of course, it should not be difficult at all. And there's like an air of like confidence. Just like it's like he doesn't look as though like it's gonna be difficult to navigate at all, despite it actually being so.
I mean, confidence, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey,
Gumption. It's good to have gumption.
Yeah.
well, our friend said he can only hold it up for a time, right?
Correct.
get going?
Yeah. Believe so. And
With
Nidalak sort of starts trotting.
me and my echo are both stepping into the water as well.
Akira follows.
And in
Blackbird.
Sylvan, I say to the gentleman we've been speaking to, I say, thank you for this. It's much appreciated.
And as you say that, he nods and I mean, them coming down is hopefully gonna be good for my advancement. The one that's been talking to me, it looked hurt, like real bad. Need to relax for just need to bandage yourselves.
He'll sort of take notice of that as well, and then in Sylvan reply, you make a fair point. Let me ask them. And then he turns to the rest of the group. He says, he's noticed that the Akira, was it? You
You're
are
not.
you are quite injured, it seems. Would we perhaps like to rest for a while, or do you need a bandage?
The longer we wait, the greater danger our friend could be in.
Very well. I'd communicate such to the gentleman.
He nods and kind of blubs a couple of gurgles for kind of diving into the water. And whereas the rest of you the rest of you are able to walk or trot along into the water, into this gulch of semi-dry land. Walking in, it's like walking into a tube, and being able to kind of, it's a weird differential of like sound from all of you walking, and that sound being absorbed by the water, but also all the activity in the water kind of coming into this tube. It's a little weird as y'all are going down, and as y'all go, the tube seems to extend, but looking behind you, you see that the tube is moving. It's about still about 20 foot by about 100 foot, and it's basically moving with you when y'all are a little more centralized in it. Can we get a marching order?
Well, I think I said I'm going down first, so I guess I'll be up front. I'm going to be doing the talking, I think, as well, so, or some of it.
I'm gonna be in your ear the whole time. Whether
Right.
So, I would personally like to be right behind the Nidalak, but have my echo near Akira.
Oh, and Akira would be behind Eredrin, so pretty much next to the Echo.
I'll follow behind Akira.
And then Blackbird behind that.
Sure, Alec would be hanging out next to Blackbird, the one that they know best. And
That's right, best friends.
all right, as y'all begin the descent, I'll take up to two of the three at the front. So, Nidalek, Akira, Eredrin, you all can decide which of you would like to perceive.
Sorry, what was it again?
perception to keep eyes out. Y'all, I'll take up to two of you rolling, or one of you with advantage, if somebody who is proficient is helping somebody else. That's up to you all.
I am proficient, so I can help someone or do the roll.
Middling average, so I'm not doing it.
I mean, I'm +4, so. I'll go for it.
Okay.
Anybody else proficient to give advantage, or?
I'm not proficient.
I'm half proficient in everything. Does that count?
You could. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Luca, with your half proficiency, you can give a +1 to basic. Right now, it's +1 half your half proficient bonus. You can give that to basically anything that you help with that you're not fully proficient in.
If I can help, I will.
May I ask, you said if one person does it, but they get help from someone who's proficient, they get advantage on it?
Yeah, so Nidalak could help Kira or Eredrin have advantage.
Or I could make a flat roll with a +5.
With a +1. +1.
We'll total of
Lucas.
+5 with the +1.
Oh, right, correct.
Yeah,
Those are
total
words.
Total
They're
of-
words.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm only at +3, so I think rolling with a +5 could be the way to go.
Okay.
Well, +3 would be an advantage.
Go ahead. I see what y'all are trying to do. Let's have Akira roll it. That'll that'll be Akira rolling with advantage from the Nidalak and a +1 from Luca.
Yay!
Oh, okay. There we go. I like that.
So then it'll be +4.
With
That's
advantage.
A +4 with advantage.
So I rolled 2 17s.
Nice.
So that's gonna be a 21 and 21.
All right. So
Are you sure you want to pick the 21, or do you want to go with the 21?
Exactly.
I'll go 21 for 500, Pat.
It's pretty easy. So this creature, who has legitimately not given its name, floating along in the water next to you all, close enough that sound or lack thereof can get to them. Lead you all down into the water, and it, as advertised, slopes down. The first 100 or so feet is a pretty steady declination, and then there's like continental shelf drop, and as they're going along, you can tell that the creature is aware of the things, because like the curve of the water tube, if you will, kind of curves and starts to go over the edge, and between Akira and Nidalak and everybody kind of paying attention, you see it kind of slope, and then this kind of almost Cliffs of Dover sudden drop off, down into the water, and the water tube kind of proceeds ahead of the group a little bit more, rather than centralized, and it goes down and kind of curves off at the bottom. It's not a full 100 feet down, but it's a decent drop.
I'd like to reach my hand out and just swipe it through the tube and put it on my neck to see if I still have the gills from the bubble.
Oh yeah, you push your head in, and as you get far enough in for your neck to be fully ensconced, the gills kind of reform and
Um. Yeah, I'm gonna turn to the group and just be like, well, most of us could swim down it and not have to worry about falling. But, Nidalak, we have to figure out how to get you down.
Isn't this where where they said he would just float down?
How do we float him down?
I am very heavy.
Ba-bum-bum-ba-bum. I'm a monk, not a
I have
maid.
many limbs for swimming. Surely I can do fine.
I'm a mage, not a monk.
Akira's very fascinated with the with how the centaur is going to get down.
I can move him 20 feet vertically on my turn if he's willing to let me cast levitate on him.
There you have it.
I do not see that being a problem. Would welcome the aid.
I can also cast jump on you, if that helps in any way. I don't know if it would, but I can cast
Go
it.
ahead and jump.
And I mean, I have a con modifier of like +4, so I think that means I can hold my breath for like 5 minutes.
c'est possible. So yeah, I mean, how do you want to approach it?
I think the propulsion, was it? Yeah, I think that would work best.
Okay. Because out of character, levitate doesn't stop you from being able to move by your own means. So since you're in water, you could still push on water to swim. So however fast you could actually swim, you could still move. I would just be able to give you an additional 20 feet on my turn.
Right. I mean, if we think that'll work, I mean, could this? I mean, I'm assuming this guy could continue this water tunnel still, but like we'd just have to get to the bottom safely first, potentially. I don't know. We could ask, because like if that's the thing, then like yeah, I can just sink down, hold my breath for the sink, and then we'll have a air bubble on the bottom again. We should ask him. I'll ask him.
Yeah.
Good waterman.
Yeah, you call out towards him, and he's like looking too. So as soon as you kind of turn your attention and start speaking, he pokes his face out. And, yeah.
This bubble that you've created, you could still continue it down there, right? Just we just have to get down safely, right?
It's still going. I moved it forward so you could see where the bottom was.
Oh wait, we can see the bottom? Sorry, I missed that part.
Yeah, you can see the bottom of the drop. It drops probably, to your estimation, a better part of 60 or 70 feet. Those of you with dark vision, it's right at the edge of your dark vision where there's like a turning of the rock.
Okay.
You are going into deep water.
Yeah. Looking over at it, I'll just sort of say, actually, I think the thing you said would work best. It's not a long drop, and he most certainly can continue this air bubble down. So, I think if you just move me down, it would be perfect.
Sounds good. And Muko will very strangely sounding underwater. Use the Saturn, but it's magical. It should work, right?
Oh yeah.
We'll see.
Oh
We'll
yeah.
see.
And I mean, you can all be, the rest of you can be like outside of the air bubble, if you want to, but the 20 by 100 foot cylinder just kind of is moving with you all, and so yeah, you can just do and Nilak, you feel your feet kind of, all four of them just kind of lift off the ground.
Sorry for the
and
double
then-
post there. Had to use the charge.
Oh, no worries.
Kicking off, you're able to kind of float over to the edge of the bubble and kind of push off a little bit, and then Luca, kind of focusing in, lets you fall like a slightly deflating balloon on the down the tube for a few seconds before
The spell is also accompanied by the sound of a slowly deflating balloon. Just like.
Love it. And he just sort of like uses his lance to scoot him to the edge, probably like or.
but yeah, between using the lance as kind of an oar to push yourself down, and just the natural descent, you're able to.
And we're floating down, right?
I mean, yeah, the rest of you can use the
Go
water
outside the- in the
adjacent
water,
to the bubble.
just
Honestly,
Push, you know.
This is a acrobatics check. Akira is doing like little flips and turns in the water.
oh yeah, just kind of
Go off.
realizing that you have the ability, just diving in and yeah, you have that feeling of nice and familiarity. Akira, it's still nice and crisp for you in the water, very very much like Grimgalier water. Luca, you're going into like the water as well.
I'm gonna have to.
So what does Luca expect it to feel like?
Luca would expect deep water to be cold.
Okay, so yeah, as you go into it that little bit of you have a like that polar bear club kind of sting a little bit. Blackbird, just going into the water area. What does Blackbird expect the water feel like?
Similarly, Blackbird would expect the deep water to feel freezing cold.
Ooh. Bites a little bit. Nidalak. What's Nidalak's last experience with water? What does he expect it to feel like?
I mean, he's probably only ever like gone through like small streams that he could, use his powerful frame to just sort of force his way through. So I mean, he kind of just expects is probably here in the wilds. So I want to say. He doesn't expect it to be like any sort of particular temperature, I don't think, because I don't know, probably just like it's water. It's going to be wet, but I'm going to be able to push my way through it like usual, and I will, he'll deal with the. I don't know.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. For Nidalak, as he kind of pushes through, lance and hands, just kind of pushing his way down. It's like dipping your hand in kind of a sun-kissed stream, not cold but cool, almost warm, but that like it's still below skin temperature, so it's cool. And you kind of push your way down. It's not nearly as bitingly cold as Like you see Blackbird kind of tense up, Luca kind of tense up, and you can actually see Luca's face and that little bit of like kind of cold pain on his face. Eredrin, don't
What do I
remember because I
expect?
think I think Akira was the one that checked the water last time.
Yeah, I haven't been in the water yet. Eredrin is hoping it feels like what he remembers from when he was a kid on the elemental plane. He's
Mhm.
hoping it feels
Astral.
similar to, yeah, as a kid he was still with like his family.
Very
I'll have
and out there it would be a very neutral temperature because it's not like it's uh actually cold. Yeah,
Yeah.
in the astral, and y'all were right there at one of the borders between the astral and the elemental plane of Earth, and that little bit of water kind of on that island just was just neutral, and you dipping into it, it's very just weirdly comfortable. And so everybody having a little bit of a different experience with the water, going down further, using the levitate to push yourselves further, or push the one of you who can't breathe down here further, pressing forward into the depths. Let's go ahead and go to a 15-minute, and let's try and actually, Jeremy speaking to himself, let's try and keep it to about 15 minutes. So let's come back around 30 after the hour, and
Okay.
We'll get back
Sounds
to the progression into Baron Seamar's underwater kingdom.
All right. All right. See you guys in a few minutes.
See, I'm the genius that was eating as I said, hey, bring us back. Yeah, smart guy.
We're back on.
I know. Hi, everybody. We're back. Giving myself credit where credit is, of course, due. So, as the intrepid heroes and the Nidalak,
We are very trepid.
indeed. As you get down and follow along that drop in the continental shelf and continue downward and downward, you'll notice that your guide has to exert his will again on the water to maintain the tube. After about minutes, and as you keep going, those of you who can see in the dark, as it gets darker and darker, you see out into the water. There are a few beings similar to this one that is guiding you, though a little bit smaller, less decorated. They see what's going on, and look like they approach, and a language I don't believe known to the rest of you. They blub through the water, and you hear these little groans of sound kind of piercing through the water. Those of you who are swimming alongside see them kind of come in and swim around and like look at you suspiciously, and like close, like in your bubble, like definitely too close for anyone who would be on the surface, but they're like looking you up and down, and
I cast light on myself.
as you bust out. Even your guide, for just the briefest moment, startles. What color light are you blasting out from yourself?
The same kind of like golden brassy color.
Okay,
That's my
so
scale.
you just become a brassy lamp. Just
It's the shiny variant, you guys. Make sure to catch it. Sorry.
No, I pull out
You know
my
what?
actual
Also, those are good
lantern.
jumps.
Pull out my actual lantern and cast light on my actual lantern.
no.
That'd be funny. No, I'm just
So-
casting it on myself. Yeah.
So yeah, as you Zeus from Clash of the Titans yourself and just become radiant. Several of them all like scatter because it's like light, and even your guide for a second has that little bit of fear and shrinks back a few feet and then kind of drifts in and then continues to lead you down, and after a bit, you do see that there are actual sharks down here. As a few of them get to kind of the edge of the bright light, swimming into the dim light, you see them. The gray of a kind of a normal shark skin being more this kind of opalescent pearl kind of texture look as they swim kind of right to the edge of the bright light and then away, obviously looking, but staying back, and start moving through this area that as you're walking, you the water kind of parting for this tube. It seems that there are like oyster shells and all sorts of just debris on the ground down here. Obvious signs of like things that just eat and drop the leftovers along the ground, and they push away a little bit as the water pushes away, but you're basically walking kind of on crunchy ground as you move through, and kind of realize like this is a settled area, and the beings around you are noticing you, especially now that you are a bright beacon, and going through
Very shiny.
very shiny bright beacon. Here, allow me the honor of providing a brightness of light. How big is the rate? It's 2040, right?
I believe so. I'm gonna double check
I
real
think it's
quick.
the same as a torch. Yeah.
Sure. Correct me if I am wrong, but yes, I will give you the.
Yep, it's 2040 bright light, 20 feet.
All right.
So yeah, I just
circles.
I'm just kind of like shining like a treasure from a sunken pirate wreck. Scrub the deck. I'm done. I'm out. Just shoot me.
Mic
Nailed it.
drop.
Love
You
that.
yeah.
Thank you.
All has been had.
I got to quote Jermaine Clement, so like I'm done. Game over.
I believe they call that legitimate success.
Yeah.
But as the lot of you follow through, the guide brings you to what looks like a blown out hole in this bottom surface of the lake, and looking in, you see that there are some remnants of actual cut stone. The bottom of this hole, and lining the hole, almost like a stone building was down here, got punched through with either a very large hand or a lot of very small hands. But down in this hole, you can, or around this hole, you can see that there are actual, like, as the rest of the ground is a little bit just kind of haphazard, like whatever is on the ground. This area around the hole is overgrown with, it almost looks like purpose. As the water tube gets to it, all of these fronds and things that are just floating in the water just kind of fall over because, you know, buoyancy leaving. And as the tube hits it, everything kind of looks a little, but before it gets there, it looks like a very decorative, kind of floaty, a very purposeful, decorative spot. Then walking in on it, all the seaweed kind of flops down, and it's a little bit of a walk. Levitate also only holds for like 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, I can only concentrate on it for 10 minutes.
Okay. It has been longer than that. The better part of about 30 minutes, so of the walking. So this the levitation has faded, but as advertised, it went deep. But your guide buddy, leading you to the hole, and then swimming in ahead of you, he actually takes a point of being ahead of the lot of you, and kind of shrinking the tube down a bit. To only here, let's go ahead and both bring you into this room and make sure to draw the tube down. As you descend the rubble, some of you a little more aware, or a little more light of foot than others. You do get the you are able to climb down. Difficulties here and there. But in this room, there is a beacon at the far end, making this pale blue glow. Dim light throughout the chamber, but it is emanating from between these two thrones. One of which has a giant four-armed shark-faced being holding a large bladed trident, sitting on this throne, and then on the other, a less dressed, more effeminate of these fish people, equally large in stature but thinner, more lithely built, perhaps a better swimmer, or at least more dexterous swimmer. Between them, a smaller, more medium-sized being, in a very finery that you would think is more presentable to surface dwellers. Kind of red pants and a bit of a jacket, and around the chamber on your way in, these essentially naked large-shouldered creatures, just kind of standing there at attention, just waiting, baring their teeth, not hissing at you, but just making sure to be seen with their kind of looking out at you all. From the right, I need to draw the tube as it exists currently. The water tube.
Just casually drowning at the moment.
Casually drowning. It's fine. Everything's fine. We all know this. There we go.
I mean, it's just casual drowning. It's not serious drowning. We'll be all right.
Exactly. All right. So there we are, right at the front of this this bubble. You all can kind of place yourselves within it as you wish. Coming down the rubble, and then two proper stairs down here is properly carved. The remnants of statues in these little alcoves here, broken, long busted up, but they, if you were to guess, these were perhaps not carved below ground. Figures that you can make out of hands don't look like these clawed hands. They look live, maybe elven. In the front, again, you can kind of place yourselves anywhere within the bubble if you are the Nidalak, and if you want to, you can put yourselves outside of the bubble. The rest of you who can breathe well in the excess space. Go ahead.
I'm staying right here for right now.
Okay, stand right there. I'm seeing pings, but I haven't heard anybody else. Am I missing words?
Oh no, I just myself.
Just making sure.
No, my son's just having a real bad fit right now. He's calmed down for a second, so maybe I can speak, but...
I was like, understood entirely.
Yeah, they just got back. He's being laid down for a nap, probably, but he's just losing his shit right now, so... hopefully... Yeah.
Heard.
But anyway, the Nidalak will, sort of, stride forward and approaching the edge of the bubble as he notices people following behind him. I guess we'll get off center from behind this guy.
And in a less familiar language, the one being spoken amongst these other things, guide calls out and very presentorily kind of opens his arms, and his fins kind of fly, like unfurl, and kind of makes himself as big as his very skinny body will let him, and you can tell he's kind of calling out towards thrones and kind of making a presentation of it all, and then turns towards the group and opens and brings his hand back, and the hand kind of pierces through the bubble wall, and you see it open very, very kindly, pointing back towards the group, and then Nidalak, you hear the voice switch to Sylvan, and it says, can understand you, but they can understand this. But careful what you say. They are royalty. And he kind of lowers his head as he turns back towards them and just kind of takes his hands back and much more meekly, and then kind of whispers over to you. If you move forward, I will move the bubble.
The Nidalek sort of nods at what he's saying. Can I judge his demeanor, like with how like he's regarding the royal folks? Is it more like, is it like a fear, or is it like an actual like reverence?
I'll take an insight
Overall
check.
respect.
Okay.
I would like to also participate in that because it is something that my character looks out for specifically.
That is also true. Go ahead and you can roll one as well.
I was gonna say I'll roll separate.
Yeah,
It's
mine's
cool.
pretty-
Zing.
For Nidalek, this is a any royalty any one of any station that you've come across that has servants and flunkies, for lack of a better term, will address them with an amount of circumstance, be it pomp or fearful. In the presentation of the guests, there was definitely a wide openness to the presentation, and then he shrinks away, and there is it's reverence.
Okay.
Luca, that reverence is abject fear.
Gotcha.
So yeah, the Nilak will just sort of nod to him, and he'll let me look at the map again quickly, judge how far I am. Yeah, he'll start to stride forward again. We'll say
Move yourself. The bubble will move. You're the only one that
Okay.
needs to breathe.
I
Not
guess-
water in this company currently.
Luca
I
will
guess
move forward to
about-
keep. Oof. I want to keep you in the light.
Oh. I definitely need it, but because I don't have dark vision of any kind. But I'll move to about right there. He feels like that's a respectable distance, and then he'll lower himself in sort of like a bow, kneel in respect, and he'll say assuming, right, he'll say greetings, Baron Seemar, I presume. These travelers.
The one on the left, on your left, nods and growls something not understood, and then the hammerhead, the center, says, "Presume correctly."
And
Luca
he'll
will
nod.
For the rest of you, you actually understand this one's growls and grunts. You understand what he's saying. He announces it to the room.
I would like to follow suit with the whole the bow that he did, or whatever it is that the Nidalak is doing. I'm going to be following suit because when in Rome, burn, rape, and pillage the cities like the Romans do.
Absolutely.
Certain that's what I've heard.
Right,
Yes.
Both
I mean, I'm sure it looks awkward as a centaur as well doing so, but as best he can,
I'm sure that to us it looks absolutely regal, but you're like, this is weird. How do I kneel?
Yeah,
But like,
yeah.
but to us it's like, wow, look how majestic.
Well, I mean,
That's
I mean,
great.
for the rest of you, y'all are looking at a horse ass get up inclined a little bit, but
I mean, I'm definitely using my lance to like support myself as I lean forward, so I don't
Good call.
topple over.
tomato.
Majestic.
I just want
Exactly.
to casually mention telepathically to Akira. Reminds me of form and function a little bit.
I agree.
So then he'll continue. These travelers have lost a friend and have come seeking trade.
Come seeking trade.
And Akira, or not Akira, but Eredrin, you are still bearing the chain that you took number of hours to craft.
I'm moving both my peoples forward, kind of. And actual me is going to kind of hold out the chain, like that, kind of.
The hammerhead says, "And what is this?"
I understand him, right?
Yes, you understand him. Though it is in grunts and snarls. You understand him perfectly.
Okay. So I'm assuming he can understand common then. So I will turn to him and this is a very valuable and onerous item brought by people. These are gift burial chains. And it is the highest honor to be buried. Show that all we are changing here, our form is broken forth in the ethereal.
And he pauses and looks back towards the one on the left, and she growls and kind of clicks. There's you can hear it kind of reverberating through the water and kind of off of the walls and everything as she growls and responds. And the hammerhead turns back towards the rest of you. The Baron Simar appreciates offering. What would you have in return?
They tried
Make a persuasion check.
is helping.
I would say, I think Luca is helping.
Right at this exact moment, Eredrin kind of took the reins all on his own. I mean, I wish I could be helping, with my +8 persuasion, but
Indeed.
17 is not too bad though.
a 17 is not bad. I love it.
All right, so as you hold out the chains, the hammerhead steps forward. I say steps, swims forward, and very, very deftly through, just kind of moves his body with the water and just floats forward and kind of glides to a stop in the water ahead of you and opens his claws. Receive.
I like very irreverently place the chain.
He bows in a fashion similar to Luca, kind of almost mirroring Luca's respectful bow, kind of perhaps trying to learn your own culture.
With my 6'8" form, as I'm passing it, it's like a very like hunched bow with the hat fully.
Oh, right. And he takes it and bows in return, and then there's that little bit of like gripping it because he's about to swim, and just works himself through the water to the foot of what you're fairly certain is the Baron, and places it at her feet, then backs off to where he was. And as he backs off and kind of settles himself in the water, she then bends forward, not looking down, but just bends forward and scoops them up, then brings them up to her gaze as she's still looking out towards the rest of you, but just turning her attention a little bit closer. Oh, she grins really wide. This is a good start. She actually forming actual common, she calls out. She begins to drape the chain over the side of the left armrest, and lays it down respectfully, and what else are you capable of? This. You are not from here. Neither is your Triton, did you say?
That is correct. He is not from here either.
Is there else you can give?
I have two things that may be of interest to you. One is of power above this lake, and one is a symbol of power within the lake.
I didn't hear the last little bit. It was a little faded.
What was the last thing you got?
One is a power of, and then it faded.
One is a power above this lake, and the other is a symbol of power within your kingdom.
Idalak, you also started to speak up.
I was just gonna, sort of say, I can offer to cook a great meal.
You say something about cooking, and there's a little bit of a hiss that she gives out, and then as she hisses, all of them in the room hiss a little bit, just that, and then just around the room.
Eredrin is going to hear in his head, I don't think this is going well.
I think Luca is going to speak up finally.
The response to it here, but I fucking agree, but it's all we got.
Luca will speak up, just, Baron, Apologies for my interruption, but I believe the better question is, what is the value of that Triton to you? What does he offer you that none of your other servants can offer you? What specifically is he worth to you that you wish from us?
While Luca's saying that, I do want to kind of start taking my hat off to remove the silver plating on it.
Tis a oddity. This creature, visitors from elsewhere, most often are not able to survive below, and thusly gathering trophies from above, very difficult.
Yes, but most trophies you don't need to feed, yes?
That is the problem. Most of
I
the
like that
trophies
answer.
most of the trophies I would like to bring in to feed, to have for entertainment, to treat. And she looks like the familiar look that the Nidalak had of searching for a word. And she looks and kind of squints into the middle distance, and then menagerie. I look to have a menagerie.
Do you value?
So many of the things that come from above cannot survive down here, and I, at simplest words,
Do you value social power as well?
social power.
Yes.
Akira is going to ping a message to everybody in the party. I don't like where this is headed. I think he's going to try and trap us all.
So his value to you is that he can survive, yes? But his survival costs you. You must feed him, you must care for him. And eventually...
I want to feed, I want to care.
But eventually, he will die. And it will seem a short time to you. For if I'm not mistaken, your kind live much, much longer lives. Our lives are petty and short. Those chains will last forever.
So will a crown. Would you like a crown to show your dominance?
So would a crown. Yeah.
And Eredrin removes the silver from there, presenting it. You have more to say, Luke. Go ahead.
I'm gonna wait and see how that one lands.
Okay. You are definitely assisting. So either
should I make a persuasion?
Either Luca can roll persuasion or Eredrin can roll with advantage. That I will leave up to the two of you to decide.
All right. Well, it probably would be better if I rolled, because I'm pretty sure that I can't roll below a 10. Like mechanically, I can't.
Yeah.
I am an eloquence bard.
Yeah, let him speak.
Right.
If you could add something, that'd be cool. But like, I mean, I'm pretty sure my minimum's an 18. So
Nice. All right. Go ahead and
Holding out. I don't know if that affects anything, but I am holding out this plate that I'm.
Ooh,
it
make
is
a persuasion.
it is affecting something. Go ahead and make a persuasion check. Okay. Hey. So, as Eredrin is holding it out, yet another shiny gift, the hammerhead swims forward again, two claws out, bowing respectfully,
Another respectful bow.
setting the circlet of your hat in it. This one he can grip one-handed and turns and himself over to in front of her, not meeting his gaze to her again, placing it on the ground and slinking back again. She bends down, this time actually looking at it, pinching, picking it up. Then what social power does this hold?
Oh, no, this is the physical gift. The social power is another gift altogether, should you want it.
I'm intrigued. She grunts and clicks towards the hammerhead, whom swims forward and bows deeply in front of her, and she kind of fixes the circlet around the kind of the top back of his head and just kind of pulls it down a little bit, and he comes up and again gets almost to meeting her gaze and then submissively pulls back.
How do you feel of tricks, very tricky creatures above the world?
Tricky creatures?
Yes, the ones who hold power, name, the ones who are hard.
Ones who are called what?
I said who are hard to deal with.
The ones who are hard to deal with. Okay.
I've not said what they are yet.
Okay.
I'm not doing that now.
She relaxes herself a bit in the seat, and you can tell she's relaxed, because at first she was sitting there very much like, sitting, and as she kind of relaxes, she floats a little bit above the seat and kind of crosses her arms and what do you know of the tricky things above?
Know a name of one.
Interesting. Go on.
You can have the name if we can have our friend.
This other person, who are they to you? Why would you give their names so easily?
Well, they nearly killed us. So I feel it's only right someone with as much power as you bear have the ability to retaliate against them.
Retaliate? You wish us to retaliate on your behalf?
No,
Yes?
I wish more a point of my own version of payback against. I wish that this creature feels the same loss of power that this creature has dealt on so many other people. Wish to eat them at their own game.
What my companion means to say is, this person is of little significance or importance to us, so... But their name might be of value to you. Because if you have the name, you control them.
Somewhat, yes.
So while that is of little value to us, it may be of great value to you. And since we don't like them very much, we're perfectly willing to give it to you if it helps us get our friend. But only if it helps us give our friend.
That entirely depends on who they are. Why would I want their name? Makes them so valuable if they are of little consequence to you.
Because they routinely travel to the other world. And can get you all sorts of trinkets, I presume.
Make a persuasion check with advantage, Luca.
All right.
Oh my god.
Well, it's going to be an... What did I not click persuasion? I clicked insight. Ah, fail.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me just fix that. Bing.
I'll say, yeah, that's okay. You rolled a 6, which
Oh my
automatically.
god.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so as you you say that, she actually like goes from lingering and crossing her arms and floating, and in a maneuver that you can tell is unusual only because of the surprise of this guy. He as she moves, he immediately like shrinks back, like she swims forward directly in the direction of the bubble, stopping right in front of Eredrin, the Nidalak, but not looking at either of them, looking directly at you, Luca. Now that is of interest to me.
Is it worth our companion? Would you be willing to give them to us for that, in addition to the things we've already agreed to?
I've been very dodgy about who this person is, other than their travels.
I've not been dodgy about anything.
We simply
They're a fairy. A woodland sprite of some sort.
Have an accord. She extends her hand out into the air.
Luca, or just
I-
in general?
I think Luca, since she was looking at Luca, I don't know if the rest of the group wants to keep up to stay in the light. I think Luca will drop the light spell onto a pebble at his feet so that the light spell stays there. I know it's going to travel with me when I move my icon, but I'll move up to here to shake on the deal.
All right. Hold a stone.
Behold!
Did it. I did it. Yeah. There we are. Buttons.
I feel like that moment from the Black Knight. Behold!
Behold. Indeed. So, as you kind of conjure the light spell and just touch one of the stones on the floor, the stone itself just absorbing the light through your body and into the stone. You swim forward, shake the hand, and as her hand grips yours, you're not small by any means. She's a solid 11, maybe 12 feet long. Her hand, bigger, better webbing than your guide down here, and sharper claws as well, and just engulfs your hand. She holds a moment and says, "Name."
Right. Let me scroll up through my notes real quick.
Sure.
Because I do have it. Asathra.
Sathra. And falling back, the word is said, and then you hear this one, Asathra. Big one, Asathra. And as they repeat it, between them there is a tiny thread of energy. It goes, you see it kind of come off of your hand, and in this deal, as they say it, and the three of them share it between them, Eredrin, Kira, Alec, Blackbird. Luca was your Eredrin, you helped broker the deal as well, but between Eredrin and Luca, the two of you brokered the deal, gave away the name.
Yeah.
You do not remember the name anymore.
Very well.
And
that's cool.
and it pulls from your memory, and Luca, it goes through your hand into her, and then she shares it among the other two, and the other two hear it. But as you hear it for the last time spoken, it's as if you didn't hear it at all. You know a word was said. You know something said. You do not remember it.
That's only mildly terrifying.
I'm in love. I love it.
I love it. It's cool.
And she turns around and clicks, bells, hum, whistle, kind of through the water a bit, and gets the attention of everyone in the room. And points and calls out, and the two guards in the rear swim forward, then back up and through the rubble, and disappear up into up through the hole. And she swims back to throne and settles herself back down in/above it. Hammerhead kind of relaxes their stance and kind of goes back to center. And if you want to do that in a particular way, Justice, you can type /E space whatever you're doing, and it will say the Nidalak tightens grip on lands. The Nidalak looses, just as an aside.
Okay.
Not only to you, but not only to you.
Things that are actions versus.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt for us to familiarize ourselves with the other things Roll20 is capable of.
See, it can do things like that, so that it also brings attention to it. So that if there are things that the rest of you are wanting to emote /E, you can all do that. Just using it as a teaching tool, learning experience for everyone. I remember certain things at certain times, so I might as well. Nailed it. So, as you all kind of wait in that kind of pensive quiet for a moment, and
Why did it capitalize approach? What the fuck?
nailed it. And
oh man.
Not Eredrin, but Ro is nailed it.
Yes.
The guards swimming back down. You hear kind of the jostling in the water as your friend is brought forth, and don't look healthy right now. Brandor looks like there was hurt done to them. Anybody interested may, in fact, make a medicine check if you wish.
We're all super average.
I see that. like saying, okay. Clearly did not go to
Yeah.
medical.
For the shit to it.
Well, I'm actually proficient, so I am trained.
I'm
No.
only half proficient,
Here
but
we are.
I looked at that and I was like, oh wow,
So-
he's actually got ranks in that. Sweet.
Yeah. So, as they swim in, and Brandor looks tired, looks hurt.
Brandor.
And is being pulled through the water as opposed to swimming under his own accord. For the sake of this, you will note that looks as if he's been through shit ton. What to the rest of you was definitely a short amount of time. But the wounds on Brandor do not look inflicted by claws. Not these claws. They look, some of them look like lightning burns that some of you are familiar with intimately. Some of them look like rather than like a hand of claws, almost like a pod of claws. Idilak, you'd recognize the look of displacer tentacle drag.
Favorite beast. Sorry.
You're fine.
Mine too, actually. One of them.
Uh,
Because, as since it's been mentioned, as a note, the skull on Nidalak's head is a displacer beast skull.
it is distinctly feline, distinctly pretty large, even on Idilak's head. It is a skull, and looks as if it has been there a while at very least. But yeah, Brandor looks just exhausted, looks hurt, but is alive. And the Baron calls out, "Sorry, I could not keep you long enough to nurse you back to health. And you are released from your obligation to me." And there is a quick flash of that kind of vague G tendril that goes from her declaration and touches Brandor, and Brandor kind of it pulses through him, and just the arms move on their own for a moment, and then just kind of relax aside, and he is it's difficult for him to kind of move really slowly. He kind of turns in place and looks towards the rest of you, and hear a very tired, "Didn't think I'd see you here."
And did you think we were just going to leave you here then?
You can tell he has no actual words to say there.
Come on then.
As soon as the guards kind of let go of Brandor, Eredrin's echo is immediately like running out to scoop up Brandor.
There we go. Okay, I was gonna say Nidalak does something to try to help, but that's fine.
That's fine. The both of you can kind of, if you're going out there as well.
No, actually, I was just gonna extend the butt of my lance out for Brandor to potentially grab onto, and then I was just gonna like pull them to me.
Okay. So yeah, just you turning the lance around and reaching it out. Eredrin too, kind of pushing through the water. You can tell that this shadow it is displacing some water, but not like it's almost this seeing the water actually pass through it. It is this kind of warbling, this little bit of cavitation inside of the body cavity, almost like the water itself is kind of being displaced and not displaced, and being displaced and not displaced in this kind of almost vibrational pattern. It has a pattern, but it might not be entirely repeating. It's a very odd time signature to my musical nerds.
The wibbly wobbly, shadowy wadowy stuff.
Nice, nailed it.
Yes.
Is it 2 measures 7/8, 1 measure 5/8, and then a measure of 5/16 just for the pocketbook?
Oh, so it's actually a Tool song.
Oh my god, yeah, exactly. You get it. You understand me. But yeah, Eredrin 2 kind of ushers him forward a little bit under one arm, and then the Nidalak reaching out the butt of the lance. Brender kind of reaches out and grabs, and it's not as enthusiastic as you'd think, but you pull them in, and as they exit the water, you can tell it is actually very hard for them to support their own weight, and they get pulled out and step, and just kind of like that, like half on their feet, half almost to the ground, bend to them. I'd like it very much if we could get out of here.
Seeing this, the Nidalak will sort of like size what's
Brandor?
Brandor. Size Brandor up and give like a very like discerning look. And then do that sort of.
You can tell that they didn't take his armor off. They didn't his gear and things, accoutrement, weapons and the backpack and things that he was wearing before are kind of in a little pile on the ground, brought with by one of the others.
Right. So he'll kind of, with that discerning look, he'll then just he'll say, I do not offer this often or lightly, but if you wish, you may ride me. And he'll sort of do that kneel again.
Who are you? And then looking over towards Eredrin and like, who's this guy?
He'll like stomp his lance slightly and be like, I am the Nidalak. And look like proud.
Luca kind of wordlessly just moves around to help lift Brandor up.
I would love to help with that too, and have my echo gather Brandor's accoutrement and all that. I think that's how you say it.
That is correct. That is a correct pronunciation.
Hell yeah.
As Brandor is ushered up onto the back of the Nidalak, the longer, furrier back of the Nidalak, he kind of tucks his arms into some of the straps and things that are on your back. You can tell basically he's tired and weak enough that and knows it, and it's just like, I need some other way to be balanced because I am not going to be able to hold myself. And he just kind of slumps in and kind of threads his arms through some of the straps and just kind of collapses onto the back, and you hear a very soft, exasperated, very genuine thank you.
Think nothing of it.
And the Baron
Never mention it.
the Baron on the far side, you hear her growl and snap, and her voice actually rather than just echoing like a normal voice, it actually booms through the chamber, and there is that little bit of a start from perhaps anybody who may find that startling.
Yeah.
the guide very quickly navigates himself to the front of this group, and as Shadow Eredrin delivers the goods out of the water and back to the rest of you, she calls out, and you recognize almost symmetry to the interaction, where when you came in, your guide was presentary and made himself as big as possible. She, not particularly needing to make herself any bigger in this situation, makes herself much louder, and she presentarily does some hand gestures, and then extends a single hand towards your guide, nods, and a little bit of energy trails from her fingers and wraps around him, and you see on one of his arms, it looks like the energy kind of settles, and it looks almost like claw marks that appear and almost twist down the arm, but it is more inky than actual scarring. Just it twists down the arm, settles. You see him just kind of just inhale with the water and just do that full body shiver of, oh, that's nice, and turns back towards the rest of you, and he goes forward in the Sylvan, says, that was beneficial for me. Thank you so much. Shall we go?
He has a totally different level of confidence. I love it.
I'm here for it.
Kind of startled by the change in demeanor.
Glad to help. And he also speaks common now. Sorry, just checking.
No, he said that was in Sylvan.
It was in Sylvan.
Yeah, that was in Sylvan.
The confidence is a universal language in and of itself, but
Nidalak will convey that to the other two. He'll say he is very
thankful.
Yes, very thankful for the exchange that we brought to him. Exchange is actually a big word. He probably wouldn't have used that. Sorry, but anyway.
Stepping into the bubble, he actually kind of starts offers his hand towards Luca first, in that like handshake kind of way of just like just wanting to give thanks, and
I think Luca would do that, yeah.
But not saying as much, but just gesturing as much, and shaking hand, and reaching for Eredrin next.
To like shake hand, and then offering to the Nidalak as well, and you hear just with each one the phraseology very specific after each handshake. He says,
have a modicum of my thanks. Hush, I know I need to take my medicines. And
Say.
Bleep that out from the YouTube version.
that's fine. It was less than 6 seconds. It's fine.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was about
cool.
to say it was less than
And you have a piece of my thanks. You have a piece of my thanks. You know, and to the Nidalak as well, who have a piece of my thanks.
Nidalak, says the same.
And you each of you, as he goes by and gives that, walks over to Akira, and you can tell, especially now that you're all this close, he smells like a fish.
That's right.
And it very, very much is obvious, much more obvious whenever he is out of the water. And walks over, shakes Akira's hand, does the very, very same phraseology, Alec, Blackbird, and as he shakes each of your hands, in the notes section of your character sheet, if you would be so kind as to notate 1d4. And this is a d4 that you can attach to a roll.
Do what?
To any d20 roll, you can attach a d4.
All right.
1 time per day.
1 time per day?
1 time per day.
Hell
Not per session.
yeah.
Not per session. This is not an out of game reward. This is an in game reward. Each of you have just an extra d4 that you can add to any d20 roll.
Right on. I dig that.
Yes.
Really cool.
As you are each given a piece of thanks.
Yeah.
And that will last for an amount of time. We will come. There may come a point where it's not yet, but not yet.
With that, I personally think I need to exit.
So simplifying the exit from Baron Seamar's lake at very least. The guide brings you back to the surface. You are able to get up the side. There's a little bit of swimming involved and needing to exit the bubble, but you are escorted back to the edge of the kingdom, and seeing as the Nidalak has in fact fulfilled his stated obligation to help someone who was trapped, less fortunate. I suppose I can ask Justice later whether or not you want to be here next week.
Yeah.
You all get to the surface and taste fresh air again, which has a twinge of like that oystery, fishy kind of smell, will feel like taste weird. But those of you who had the bubble, the gills close back as soon as you hit fresh air again. And congratulations. Feel free to level yourselves up.
Hey.
Awesome.
I will certainly try to potentially be here next week. It's
if you're
kind of all
if
of
you're
my
not,
situation works out.
if not, you have a very clean exit here.
Right.
But if you can't, welcome. They still have to find their way out of the Feywild, possibly.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Hopefully.
Okay. So,
Well, with that guy.
Until next time, as always, thank all of you for watching. Thank all of you, my wonderful players, for showing up. Thank you again. Give your love and support to the Bearded DM in this trying time. Give him an egg in this trying time if you can. And until next time, please remember, kindness is free. Keep going.